the race that never ended. From the outside, Michael and Sandra were the couple everyone admired. Clean lines, shiny surfaces, and the polished glow of success. They lived in a sleek, white-bricked house with tall windows that always caught the sun just right. Two luxury cars rested in the driveway like trophies. They had degrees framed in mahogany, careers that climbed like ivy, and children who looked like they had stepped out of a catalog. But no one knew that within the walls of their picture-perfect home, a slow poison had been seeping into the cracks. They met in grad school, two stars on separate trajectories, who collided in a spark of shared ambition. Michael, methodical and analytical, had a mind for design and precision. Sandra was electric, sharp-tongued, quick-witted, with a business sense that could slice through numbers like silk. Their romance bloomed over shared coffee-fueled all-nighters and debates that burned with mutual admiration. In those early years, they were magnetic, drawn together by drive, not rivalry. But success became a seductive mirror, and slowly, unknowingly, they began to measure themselves against each other. It began with subtle jabs wrapped in jest. I guess they give Employee of the Month to anyone now. Sandra teased when Michael brought home a plaque. Oh, only 5 new clients this quarter? Michael raised an eyebrow. That's cute. They laughed, of course, because laughing masked the shift. But soon, every win felt like a loss to the other. Compliments were edged with comparison. Victories became invisible unless they could outshine the others. When their daughters, Emma and Lily, came along, the competition shape-shifted into the realm of parenting. Every lunchbox, every bedtime story, every scraped knee was another arena. Sandra meticulously packed organic lunches, complete with handwritten notes. Michael responded by enrolling the girls in enrichment classes and chauffeuring them across town like an unpaid executive assistant. Discipline became a tug of war. If Michael said no, Sandra said yes. If Sandra set a rule, Michael poked holes in it. She's 7, Sandra. She doesn't need a 5-point behavior chart. And you think letting her eat cereal for dinner teaches responsibility? Arguments were no longer about solving problems, but about proving who was right. Correction of the children turned into a proxy war. The girls learned quickly. Mom and Dad weren't a team. They were opposing forces. All they had to do was pick the right one. The house, once filled with laughter and plans whispered late into the night, turned into a quiet battlefield. Conversations shrunk into to-do lists and logistical exchanges. Can you take Emma to piano? Already on it. Don't forget Lily's dentist appointment. I won't. The emotional intimacy faded like paint left out in the sun. What replaced it was sarcasm and sighs, petty victories and quiet resentments. Sandra began speaking to Michael with a tone she once reserved for interns, her words sliced clean and deep. Why don't you let me handle this? You're not exactly an expert at emotional intelligence. Michael, bruised by constant condescension, pulled inward. He started spending more time at work. He stared longer at the ceiling before sleeping. The warmth that once made him feel alive around Sandra was gone, replaced by exhaustion, a soul-deep tiredness not even sleep could fix. They tried date nights. They tried smiling in photos. But the pictures looked like paintings hung in a museum. Beautiful, still, and utterly lifeless. One afternoon, a miner spat over the girl's screen time exploded into an avalanche. You always have to be the one who knows best, Sandra. Why can't you just let me be their father? Sandra didn't even flinch. Her eyes were cold, her mouth tight. If I have to carry this family on my back, maybe I should do it alone. The silence that followed wasn't loud. It was final. Michael didn't speak. He didn't argue. He simply walked away. 2 weeks later, he packed a duffel bag with quiet hands. He left behind his favorite coffee mug, a half-written journal, and a home filled with echoes. He moved into a modest apartment downtown with beige walls and a view of the alley. It was nothing like the life he'd built, but for the first time in years, it was quiet in a way that didn't hurt. The divorce papers came swiftly, signed without tears, without ceremony. Their daughters grew up carrying invisible bags of confusion. 2 houses, 2 schedules, 2 narratives. They learned to say I'm fine with professional ease. As for Michael and Sandra, they each built new lives. But deep inside, in moments alone, they both felt it. The bitter aftertaste of a love that died not from betrayal, not from tragedy, but from the slow rot of unnecessary competition. In trying to win, they lost. Because a marriage is not a race. And even if it were, what's the prize in crossing the finish line alone?